Easton on the Street with Dr. Ruthann Lobos. So this is Easton on the Street special, so I just wanted to give you a little information. So I was doing a Easton around Huntington Beach on the Purina program Incredible Dog Challenge. So now we made an interview with a very nice lady, and we're going to talk about dogs, and the interview was just so long we decided to make it Easton on the Street. But it's still like Easton around Huntington Beach, but it's Easton on the Street. But don't get fooled, it's a Easton on the Street. So I just wanted to mention one more thing. It was so windy outside, so we decided to do it inside a tent, but there was so much clinking and claking, so we apologize for the noise, but I hope you enjoyed this interview. So now we're gonna go check out this wonderful lady and do the interview. So, hi, my name is Easton. What is your name?
Hi, I'm Dr. Ruthann Lobos. I'm a veterinarian with Purina.
Yeah, so what's your favorite part about this job?
My favorite part about this job is doing things just like this. So I get to see the dogs in their athletic prowess, and I get to talk about nutrition, and I get to meet cool people.
That is really neat. So how long has this business been going for you?
Well, I've been with Purina almost 18 years, but this is the 26th year of the Incredible Dog Challenge.
Wow, this is crazy that you've been here for 18 years.
I know, it's a really great company, and I love the fact that as a veterinarian, I get to talk about nutrition and help people feel better about what they're feeding their pets.
Yeah, so what's the best thing if dogs have like paw issues? What do you usually do?
Ooh, let me ask you a question. What do you mean by paw issues? Do you mean like they're limping?
Yeah, limping.
Yeah, so if your dog is limping, the best thing to do is certainly to go to your veterinarian and have a checkup. Because it could be something as easy as they broke a toenail, which does happen here a lot at the Incredible Dog Challenge when they're doing all the crazy agility and things like that. But it could be something more serious, like they tore a ligament in their knee, or they maybe cut the pad of their paw and they might need stitches.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, it does. But it's amazing. Dogs have such a high pain tolerance that sometimes they're wounded and we don't even know it because they just keep on playing. So it's really important, especially for our canine athletes out here at the Incredible Dog Challenge, to make sure after they do their event that they do a full checkup of their dog to check for any broken toenails or cuts or scrapes or things like that.
Yeah, but probably, so that's why you want to go to the vet every so often.
Yeah. So do you go to your doctor regularly? Do you go to see your pediatrician?
Yeah, but we don't go to the vet because we don't have any.
Not a veterinarian, but you go to your pediatrician, right? At least every year, I bet, for a checkup.
Yeah, every year actually, but when the pandemic hit, it wasn't 3 years.
Sure. Yeah. But that's the same for our pets. So we really recommend coming into the veterinarian at least once a year for a checkup. And then for our senior dogs, so like Cherie in the surf dog competition, I think she's 12. So for our senior dogs, we like to see them twice a year because it helps us to catch a problem that's small before it could get potentially bigger.
Yeah, you don't want to like have a dog that's wounded that keeps on getting wounded and and then it comes into big problem.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So when dogs hear, when they hear, when they like in our ears, do they stop hearing after a while if they hear too many loud noises?
Sure. So as dogs age, just like people, their hearing does decrease. But the amazing thing about our dogs is their sense of hearing is so very good. It's so many more times better than us as humans, and they can hear high-pitched noises. The other way, as our dogs start to age, that they can kind of sense around their environment is because they can pick up vibration. So Have you ever been at home and maybe you've been a little mad and pounded on the floor? Yeah.
They like I stretch rubber band.
Yeah.
And they just make vibration.
Yeah, and so our dogs can pick up on those too, and they can feel that, and that's how they can sense what's going on.
Just like earthquakes, they hear the earthquakes like way more before they hit because we can only hear up to 20,000 vibrations.
You're correct. Yeah.
I learned that by science book.
That is awesome.
Yeah. And so, so where are you from? Do you have to travel a lot to get here?
I do. So right now I live in Boulder, Colorado. So I have to take an airplane to get here. I grew up in Louisiana, and then I lived in Austin for about 15 years before we moved out to Colorado. So I do get to, it's kind of fun because I get to see lots of places. I get to see different places in the country as well as different places in the world doing what I do.
Oh yeah, because you like have to help so many animals.
Yeah.
I bet Colorado doesn't have many vets.
We do in different pockets. So yeah, but still through this job, and with Purina being such a great company, we get to spread our message broadly. So we get to talk to a bunch of different people all around the world.
Yeah, that is awesome. So when the dogs get hot, so they pant.
Correct. Yep.
So like, do they have like, how do they keep them cool?
Yeah, that is a really great question. Especially even though here, we get that cool ocean breeze, they still get hot and they don't.
They're running.
Yeah, and they don't sweat like we do. When I get hot, sweat starts pouring out. That's how we get cool. But our dogs can't, just like you said. So they bring in air, cooler air in, and they let that hot air out. Yeah, exactly. When you start to kind of huff and puff. They do sweat a little bit through the pads on their paws, but not very much. Not enough to, if they're getting super hot, to really make a big difference in their body temperature. So it's one of the things that I watch as a veterinarian. I watch, are they panting a lot? Is their tongue, is another way that they release body heat. So is their tongue getting longer, and is it getting wider, and is it starting to curl up? Because those are all signs that the dog is getting too hot, and we need to get them cooled down.
What's the most interesting thing about a dog?
I have never gotten that question in all of my interviews. What is the most interesting thing about a dog? I think, from my perspective, that the way that they can tell when we're not feeling good or we're having a stressful day, and they can sense that without us even saying anything, right?
I've had Robbie, but he's sometimes snippy, so I feel a little bit nervous. He's a really nice dog, but he's younger.
Okay.
And I pet him sometimes, and he can feel like I'm nervous, so he nips. So I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah, they can pick up on our body language, and they can also, they know if when I'm putting on my running shoes, because I have a yellow lab at home, and before I even tell my husband or my son that I'm going to go for a run, and I start putting on the clothes that I wear when I run, and I put on my running shoes, Finn, my yellow lab, goes over to the back door, and he sits down and he waits, because he knows I'm about to go for a run before I even said anything about going for a run, because they pick up on what we do in our routine, and then they know their routine.
So why do pugs always have tails all the time?
That's the way they were bred. So that's just part of how they were designed, and that makes their tail, I feel like their tail curls when they're extra happy.
And wags.
Yep, exactly.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Ruth.
Thank you. It was so great to interview you. Interview with you.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
That was really cool. We just learned a lot of stuff about some dogs, and it was a really fun time.
See you next time on the street.